Okay, great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, NickDutch here yet again. I just want to get this clear. I did not get into the supernatural, new age, occult type world because I wanted to find out about karma. I didn't get into the new age supernatural world because I wanted to find out about my past life on another planet. I didn't get into the occult to try and work out whether I came from the Lyrian star cluster. I didn't get into the occult because I wanted to find out about reincarnation. I certainly did not get into the occult because I wanted to develop a new fucking religion. I'll tell you why. Why I'm here, why I'm doing what I'm doing here on YouTube, and why I have gone through everything that I've been through to bring myself to this point. A number of experiences have happened to me, okay? Serious goddamn experiences. I wanted to find out more about them. We're not talking about, just thinking about someone a bit too much and then jumping to the conclusion that there must be some kind of like spiritual connection between me and them. No. We're not talking about just having a little dream and then trying to extrapolate from that one little dream and thinking, oh my god, the devil's in my bedroom, oh scary. No. We're talking about a series of experiences over many years that were so terrifying and so extreme that they would stop you from sleeping for a whole month and you would be sweating icy sweat for ages, I'm telling you. But there were also other experiences too, some that were more tranquil, you might even call them spiritually uplifting. They were beautiful. Most beautiful things that could ever happen to you. Now, I wanted to try and understand this stuff better. I wanted to try and work out why I was seeing the future in my dreams every single night for 3 fucking months, and it was so damn accurate. It's like a camcorder was being placed in the position of my eyes and it was recording like 5 minutes worth of time and playing it back to me in my dreams, let's say about 5 nights before. That accurate. Now this is not the sort of thing that would normally happen to you, okay? It's not the sort of thing that you could just brush off. No, it was terrifying. I would see dead people at night. There would be these apparitions, for want of a better word, walking across the room, just looking like this. The very first time this happened to me, I was about 4 years old. I told my mother, I told her what the experience was. I saw this woman wearing old-fashioned clothes, long flowing dress with a bustle, alright? And she was walking from there to over there, and she vanished in the light by the door. And she was translucent. I could see my wallpaper behind her. My mother says to me, oh yeah, maybe it was a ghost. But the interesting thing about that moment was that I turned around to my mother and said, what is a ghost? Because I'd never heard the word before, and I'd never heard of the idea before. And so my mother had to explain to me that some people believe that when you die, part of you lives on. This was completely new to me, and that has happened since. And it wasn't just these apparitions, there was also other sensations that I'll go into in greater detail. And in some of them were in previous videos that I've done. I've mentioned these. I've made some of these things happen deliberately. And the way I did that was using some of the techniques from the school of thought that we call magic. Because the way I understand it, the word magic means different things. On one side of things, it's a philosophical stance about taking a scientific and artistic attitude towards anything you do in life, which is great as far as it goes. But if you're trying to find out about the supernatural, that stance isn't quite good enough. You've got to look into the occult side of what magic is, which essentially means a number of different techniques, some of them spiritualistic, some of them religious, which you experiment with and explore over time to try and get some kind of results. It's a very broad spectrum, and it starts with meditation and prayer, which seem to be the root of all occult exploration and investigation. And basically you just work up from there, taking bits from religion, superstitions, philosophical schools of thought, and creating for yourself a number of different practices over time. Now obviously that's dramatically different from what I do as a professional tarot reader, because a tarot reading is an entertainment service, but strange things do still happen in a tarot reading which can be useful to the client, okay? It's an entertainment service with therapeutic benefit. And I've got another channel set up purely for tarot readings, about tarot readings, and that's my job, that's what I do for a living, okay? But essentially, the search for the truth has to carry on. And that's essentially what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with the science and art of investigating nature through using spiritualistic and ritualistic techniques. The very basic benefits that I can see from being an occultist, being an experimenter into the supernatural, is positive implications for human health, no matter how small they might be, and positive implications for human communication, no matter how subtle they may be. And steadily trying to build up a body of knowledge, a body of understanding as to how these things happen, under what circumstances these things happen, and moving on from there. Now, my searches have taken me through a wide variety of schools of thought, because I can use any source of information, any source of perspective, point of view, understanding, whatever, and try and use that for the foundation of my growing understanding. Doesn't mean to say I have to believe what I experience. Doesn't mean to say I have to believe what I read. Doesn't mean to say that my beliefs or perspectives follow the same line of reasoning as other individuals who do similar things to me. What it does mean to say is I'm continuing my experimentation and investigation into nature. And I think that's important. Now, I don't want an occultism which has got a new agey, ice cream fluffy top. I don't want an occultism that means that I've got to be a devotee of any particular religious faith. I don't want an occultism that means I have to deny everything which is proven facts of nature. I want an occultism that is based upon thought, reasoning, understanding, intelligence. And I hope that everything I'm going through is going to somehow lead to that goal. Remember, when we have an experience is just an experience. But it's necessary to research, to analyze, and to think even harder. I would say that the greatest form of, in inverted commas, magical power happens through our analytical ability. Because without that, then we start to develop religious ideas, rather than trying to find out what factors created what result. We've got to do a proper factor analysis of everything that happens to us. And that way, we can steadily and surely expand our empire of knowledge. NickDutch, signing out.